You open your phone, someone your age just got promoted. Someone else, they launched their business. Your old classmate, they're traveling the world, and you're sitting there thinking, what am I doing wrong? Stop right there. You need to hear this. You're not doing anything wrong. You just entered the comparison trap, and you know what? It can be debilitating. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why comparison is the thief of your purpose and what to do instead. The comparison trap, I want to talk about that. Let me slow this down for a second. And I want you to take a deep breath as we get started. And I want you to know you're going to be okay. Let's call out the problem and set it on the table. Comparison is one of the most destructive habits of your generation. And before you think I'm being harsh, I'm not blaming you. You're the first generation in history that has a 24/7 highlight reel of every person on the planet. And it's shoved in your face from the moment you wake up to the time you put your head on your pillow. Listen, it may feel normal, but that's not normal. That has never existed before. You hear me? And here's the tricky part. It doesn't feel like comparison. It feels like what? Inspiration? It feels like motivation. You're scrolling and you think, I'm just staying informed. I'm just seeing what's possible. But your brain, understand this, is doing something else entirely. Your brain is keeping score. You're always feeling like you're losing. You're not enough. According to Cyber Smile, 93% of your generation says they feel pressure to compare themselves to others. 93%. 59% say they engage in daily comparisons on social media, and 50% report low self-esteem as a direct result of comparing themselves to others online. Wow. Your generation is essentially saying the comparison is what's holding them back. Not a lack of talent, not a lack of opportunity, comparison. So why is comparison so dangerous? I want to share 3 things with you that I've found in my coaching over the last 25 years, and I believe it's going to help you. First, comparison makes you forget your own story. When you're focused on someone else's journey, you stop writing your own. You start trying to live their script instead of authoring yours. It's really important you understand that. And here's what I always tell people. Your future, it's a blank page. Your future hasn't happened yet. It hasn't been written. And here's what you need to know. You're the author and you're the star of your story. Stop giving the pen to someone else. See, you can't write your story if you're too busy reading everyone else's. Now here's the second thing. Comparison, it attacks your identity. Listen, this one cuts deep. Every time you compare yourself to someone and come up short, you're reinforcing a limiting belief. When you compare and come up short, what do you tell yourself, right? What's the narrative? I'm not as disciplined as they are. I'm not as smart, and I'm just not as talented, or I don't have what it takes. I don't have what they have, right? Notice how quickly performance turns into your identity. I want you to catch that. You're saying they're better than you. They're further ahead than you. You're saying that you're not enough. And those aren't just thoughts. Those become negative declarations over your life. And listen, your words have power. We've all been told this. We intellectually believe it, but I want you to know it. The words you speak over yourself, they shape the life you live. So here's the question. What silent declarations have you been making? The ones that nobody hears. Here's the third thing. Comparison steals your peace. You know that feeling when you're actually having a good day and you're feeling okay? You're feeling settled, you're focused, and then you open up your phone and 10 minutes later, what happens? Your whole mood has just shifted. You've been there, haven't you? You know what I'm talking about. You felt it, but you didn't have the language to describe it or understand where it came from. That's comparison stealing your peace. And here's the thing, peace, my friend, is not optional. We can't live without it. Peace is the fuel for purpose. Without it, you're just surviving, you're not thriving. Without peace, you don't build, you chase. And chasing, what does it lead to? It leads to burnout. And burnout, it leads to checking out. I know you've been there, I have. So here's the shift. Instead of comparison, I want to introduce you to something I call the alignment awareness. And it's really simple. Instead of asking, am I where they are? You start asking, am I where I'm supposed to be? An important question. Those are 2 radically different thoughts. One is based on someone else's timeline. and the other based on your purpose. And look, I get it. Purpose feels like a big, heavy word. But purpose isn't this one giant thing that you have to figure out all at once. Purpose is simply alignment. It's your identity, your values, and your actions all pointing in the same direction. So before we end, I want to share 3 shifts to help you break free. Can I do that? Are you ready? Okay, here's shift 1. I want you to celebrate your own progress. When was the last time you actually acknowledged how far you've come? You may not see it. It's like can't see the forest through the trees. Sometimes you're living in it and it's so hard to see. But I guarantee you, if you're watching this, then you are not who you used to be. You've actually come a long way, right? I don't want you to compare to where someone else is, but I want you to compare to where you were 6 months ago, a year ago, 5 years ago. And I bet if you actually do and you sit down and you think about it, you're gonna be amazed at what you've survived and how much you've grown. You're not the same person. Here, then I want you to take time and I want you to celebrate your progress. No matter how small that progress feels, you deserve a little self-party, not self-pity. Here's shift 2. Curate your inputs. Now, that's an interesting statement. What do I mean by that? If what you're consuming makes you feel less than, it's not serving you, unfollow, mute. Don't wait, do it now. It is so important to protect your mind like your future depends on it. Why? Because it does. You're not missing out by unfollowing people who trigger your insecurity. You're choosing clarity over chaos. You're choosing yourself, and that's the best choice you can make. Let me say that again. You're not missing out by unfollowing people who trigger your insecurity. Don't wait, stop right here. Even if you walk away from this video, go do it right now. Now here's shift 3. I want you to declare who you are. Now this sounds simple, and it is, and I believe it's the most powerful thing that you can do right now. Let me give you an example. Every morning before you even pick up your phone, make a declaration. I am exactly where I need to be today. I am growing. I am created for something significant. I am going to have an amazing day. Start with a declaration. See, your story is not their story, and that's the whole point. Words like I will, I can, and I am. They have the power to shift your entire mindset. I've built everything I do around these declarations. They're going to shift your mindset from limited to limitless. I want you to start using these words on purpose. Can you do that? So are your actions aligned with your values? Is your work aligned with your strengths? Is your pace, is it aligned with the season that you're in? Because here's the truth. You can move fast in the wrong direction and still feel behind. See, alignment beats acceleration every time. And purpose isn't this mystical lightning bolt moment. Purpose is alignment over time. It's identity, values, and daily actions, all pointing in the same direction. So let me ask you this. If no one else existed to compare yourself to, what would you build? What would you pursue? What would you stop chasing? What would you do? That question reveals a lot more than you think. So here's the call to action. Here's the real talk. I know this is easier said than done. This isn't something that you're gonna fix overnight, so take a breath, it's okay. That's why you need tools. I'm gonna give you one right now. Inside the Living Limitless app that I want you to download is this tool called the Rick Bot. I know I've said this before, don't laugh, but that's what it is. And I built it for this moment, for times just like this, and I built it for you. I built it for when comparison hits, when insecurity creeps in, when you feel behind, right? And this happens not in the most convenient times. You wake up in the middle of the night and you're thinking, am I enough? Can I do this? And the stress and the anxiety begins to flood in. The Rick Bot is there to serve you 24/7. It is your personal coach. You can literally open the Rick Bot at any time and you can type in, hey Rick, am I struggling with comparison right now? And I'll ask you some questions and I'll take you on a journey. Not some ethereal, internet, web-based, no one cares, no one feels opinion or question, but real questions from a real person and a real coach, your coach. And I'm gonna ask you and walk you through a reset. And it's gonna be grounded in your alignment, your identity, and the Born Limitless framework that I developed. Guys, this isn't hype, this isn't clarity. I'm not selling you something, I'm giving you something. So listen, if this message hit home, right? right? If it spoke to you, then I want you to do something. I want you to go download the Living Limitless app and start engaging with me, the Rick Bot. It's there for you 24/7. And the link's in the description, right? Or you can go to your platform and you can download it there. Because what I know is we're not created and meant to do this alone. We're meant to walk through this together. And that app is available to you. It's me, real time, real conversation, a real person, right? And it's inside that app waiting for you. So download the Living Limitless app and engage the Rick Bot. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear from you. Make sure you follow up and send me a note, and let's start a conversation together. God bless you guys, and I can't wait to see you on the inside.